is our view that the facts as presented do not justify the declaration of state of emergency. They do not meet the threshold or the facts and circumstances that are enumerated under Section 3(5) subsection 2. The Constitution has stated that the National Assembly, both chambers of National Assembly shall by 2/3 majority ratify it. It means that for you to ensure that the constitutional provision has been adhered to, you must indicate the number of persons who attended the sittings and the number of persons who voted for, against, or who abstained from voting. So you can't cure that by a voice vote. So a voice vote falls short of the constitutional requirement, because by a voice vote, you're unable to know whether you have met the constitutional threshold for ratification. So the use of voice vote in both chambers also underscore the unconstitutionality of the whole action. So even that, quote and unquote, ratification by the National Assembly does not meet the constitutional muster, and it is self-unconstitutional.
Thanks so much. I welcome you to Politics Today. I'm your producer, Great. In this video, I want to present how APC lawmakers sabotaged the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State. It is true, the sole administrator is there, carrying out unconstitutional action because he is not known to law. What the National Assembly did is not provided for in the Nigerian Constitution. Consequently, the National Assembly had not approved or endorsed the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State. Voice vote is not what you use to approve the action taken by the president. So, by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the sole administrator is just on his own, and he will always be called upon to account for what he is doing in Rivers State. The Constitution does not recognize him. That is a true position of things. But APC lawmakers made it possible. They sabotaged Tinubu. Unknown to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a lot had changed in Nigeria. The man believes he is firmly in control of APC. APC is as divided as every other political party in Nigeria. And Tinubu is like the calabash who believes that he is just enjoying a ride on top of the river. Tinubu does not know things are getting out of hand. He is daily losing control. On the day the National Assembly had to take decision on Rivers State matter, whether to approve the declaration of state of emergency, so many lawmakers stayed away. The House of Rep is believed not to have even up to 200 lawmakers out of 360, and they need 240 to vote for the declaration of state of emergency before it will be approved, in line with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Request from Mr. President. Mr. Speaker, Constitutional. My distinguished colleagues, my name is Honorable Obi Agocha. I represent the great people of Iguano, Umuahia North, Umuahia South Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, since the President's letter concerns proclamation, Mr. Speaker, the constitutional procedures that must be followed as enshrined in Section 305, subsection 6B, that says for us to consider this President's request that this House must have two-thirds of members present. Mr. Speaker, may I please ask? We already have our attendance registers, Honorable colleague, Mr. and we will rely on that to ensure. Mr. Speaker, this is a constitutional... Yes.
The Senate needs well over 70 before it will be approved. It is believed that the red chamber may not even have up to 70 senators present, and they all know the constitutional implication. That was why they could not go for vote there was no head count, which the Constitution demands as the process to know if the National Assembly had met the constitutional requirement of 2/3. And this issue was pointed out. But as people who have been known for lawlessness, they believed nothing will happen. So the sole administrator in Rivers State is not known to law. But the good thing about what happened is that the lawmakers on their own decided to tell Tinubu, you cannot always have your way. They have given that signal that all is not well in the ruling party. All is not well. Because if all the lawmakers will not troop out to give Tinubu the support he needs, even when they know money was flying around, they have made a very serious statement that Tinubu is not actually in charge. He may be deceived that all is well, but all is not well. So the lawmakers stayed away in order to make a statement. That is why APC could not have the required number, even with the opposition lawmakers present. Yet they did not have up to 2/3 present. Not to talk about those voting, those who will say for or those who will say against. So they have made a statement, and by that statement they have made, they have frustrated the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State. The sole administrator there is not known to law. If the man believes in the rule of law, he will not be in Rivers State. If Tinubu believes in the rule of law, and he is a man who is careful to observe the oath that he said he will uphold, protect, and preserve the Constitution, the sole administrator will not be in Rivers State because the National Assembly did not give their approval. But there is no rule of law. In fact, as it stands, Nigeria is a perfect example of a country not governed by law. It's as if the Constitution had been suspended. What we have now is executive lawlessness, impunity exalted to the highest heaven by people not trained in learning, not trained in character. That is why no investor will come in here. The whole world is in shock of the terrible leadership, of the disgusting, uninspiring man you have in Asorok. The world had never seen it this way. Why a group of people are sold out to lawlessness. No discipline, nothing. No honor. They don't care. They have lost every sense of shame. They can do anything. Doesn't bother them. But the world knows us the way we are. That's why nothing is working out in Nigeria. We thank God for those APC lawmakers who indirectly sabotaged the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State.